Okay, so now it's time to try and prise this thing apart. What we've got are the two halves, the bell housing half and the gearbox itself. They have got a silicon between them, which adds quite a bit of resistance to get the two halves apart. So what we've got to help us is these lugs, which are on each side, which you can put a pry bar down and prise it off. I think there's three sets of these. There's one there, there's one here, and there's one here. So I'll just go and set this up now and put it on the ground and try and work this thing apart. Okay, so I've got a selection of tools. I mean, you'll find anything, pry bar, that's a chisel, a couple of screwdrivers. So we'll just try and start this off. And what I might do, I think I might start on the back edge here. It seems to be a thicker tab here than around here, which you obviously don't want to break one of these off. So I'm going to go for the thicker one, which I don't know if you can see that has a lot more strength down in here. So that's where I'm going to start anyway. We'll just see what happens. Already I can see it starting to separate. You can see the gap forming. So this is going to be an easy one, I think. Just work that. Okay. I don't want to put too much effort on one side, so now we'll switch to the other side. Try and get these guys started. I think that's the way. Got to be careful, don't put anything into the face there, which would otherwise scratch it up or mark it, because that's an oil seal flange there, and you don't want to have oil leaks when you put the thing back together, so there's just a temptation to stick it in there and move away on it. Alright, I think we're just about there. I'll put it back up on the table. I just went and got some plastic wedges. I found what was happening is, as you pivot one side, it would close on the other, and so it was just working against itself. So what I'm going to do is just pry this open. Enough to get that in there like that. It's not going to hurt the edges. And come around this side. Get one in there. Just work around it like that. One in there. Okay, go up another step. Go up another one. Come off screen. Okay. So that's 10 mil effectively off the bed now. And there we go. Alright. And immediately I see my tooth. I don't know if you can see that. There's the magnet. Just dropped down. And I'll just show you that. In fact, there's a bit more damage than I thought. A whole lot more damage. Here's the magnet. Here's my teeth sitting there like that. Now what I'm going to do is just take the camera closer to the gearbox, because you can see the carnage inside. First of all, this is the crown wheel. And we can spin it around until we see that broken tooth. There it is. It's hard to see. I'll come around this side. That's it right there. Just missing there. But on the pinion wheel that engages with the crown wheel, have a look at that. There's 4 teeth in a row, 5, 6 teeth missing. Chewed up on the corners here. That's a real mess. That's a horrible mess. Just spinning it around. That's where the magnet sits, just down in there. And you can see it's done its job. It's caught all that debris, all those teeth. Which, yeah, not terribly good. In fact, I'm surprised it's that bad, given it drove reasonably well. It made a bit of noise, but I would have thought it would drive a whole lot worse than what it is. Here we've got this roller bearing, and that's absolutely smashed, I think. It's all broken up. The little rollers are coming out of the little keeper there. I think it's only a plastic keeper, so that plastic's broken and allowed the rollers to come out. As far as everything else goes, everything else looks reasonable. I can't see too far into the gearbox, but back again, just had a bit more of a closer look and cleaned out the gearbox a little bit more. I couldn't see any further damage down inside, other than that pinion gear, which is rather sad looking. It looks like when the tooths come off the, or whatever's caused the tooth to come off the crown wheel here, when it's engaged with the pinion gear, it's just turned to shite and ripped all the teeth off that pinion gear there. And also that's what would have blown that roller bearing apart. It's ripped that cage apart there. So yeah, rather sad. There's a big gouge of steel, just big burr sticking up there. Everything else seems to be okay, which is interesting. But obviously the magnet's done its job. It's caught all those teeth as they've come flying off, and prevented further damage into the gearbox. But as for me, I've put a new gearbox in. It's over 4,000 ex Germany. So anyway, it's a lot smoother, I can say that. Just interestingly, I noticed the silicon, very little residue left. They must put such a thin layer, or when they torque it up it just squeezes out. But very little residue of silicon there, so I found that interesting. Just thought I'd show you, this is the diff area. If I pull this whole lump out, that's the differential, where the two halves go into each side. Obviously if you put a limited slip diff in, you change that centerpiece, either keeping the crown wheel or getting a new one. Obviously I need a new one. Anyway, I'll get this thing back together now. Anyway, I hope you've found that interesting. Oh, just one other thing, there's this plastic little, I don't know what it is, I can't even get it out. Just sits, goes all the way to the bottom, and it's hooked at the bottom there. No idea what it does, but just thought that was a bit odd to see something plastic in a gearbox. Anyway, if anyone wants some spare parts, drop me a note. Otherwise this thing's headed for the tip, I think. Alright, I'll catch you later. Bye.